Senator Kennedy. Senator Durbin and then Senator Bozeman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's good to see you both. Most people know, but it bears repeating, that the CFTC in particular has a special connection to my state and city of Chicago. Mr. Gensler, having served in that capacity, you know that full well. And the SEC, of course, is a highly respected institution as well. Thank you for being here today. There's a difference between the way that your two agencies are funded, is there not?
As I understand it, but having had Russ's seat and having once had that special relationship with the Senator from Illinois, we're fully funded or budget neutral because of fees we can assess on transactions.
Chairman Benton.
We do not have a user fee. We're appropriated on an annual basis by Congress. And
as I understand it, in the President's request, $2.6 billion for the SEC, $399 million for the CFTC. Is that about right?
Yes.
Yes.
I raise that point as my initial observation because I want to join the chorus in asking about the future of crypto. This is an amazing phenomenon. 88% of the American people have heard about it. 1 in 5 have invested in it. 75% say they are not confident in the safety and reliability of crypto. 45% report that their investments have performed worse than they had expected. And most do not realize that there is no insurance involved in this, no federal guarantee. You're on your own when you go into crypto, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it's a field that's rife with abuse and fraud, and at least in the those tokens that are crypto securities are not properly giving people the disclosure that you'd get for any other offering.
You've been quoted, Mr. Gensler, as saying it is rife with fraud, scams, and abuse. I think you just about repeated that.
Yes, and some of the leaders 2 years ago in this whole field are either in jail, about to go to jail, or awaiting extradition. I mean, tens of billions of dollars have been put at risk.
Despite the House bill, Chairman Benham, we have those who worry that the CFTC is biting off a hell of a lot more than it can chew when it says they want to play in crypto and regulate the industry, at least some aspects of it. What in the world makes you think that you can get into this fast-moving, capacious world and be effective as a regulator?
Senator, using the word play, I think I would sort of disagree with that respectfully. This is our responsibility. This is my responsibility as chair to make observations about commodity markets and to relay what I observe to all of you. And currently, there is a gap in regulation over non-security commodity tokens. Our enforcement record at the CFTC, I think, demonstrates our success and our expertise. Over the past 10 years, we brought 135 crypto cases. We've brought in billions of dollars. And we've successfully policed a market where we don't have direct authority or jurisdiction, which ultimately leads to all of this fraud and rampant abuse in markets, and ultimately public mistrust, lack of confidence, and loss of funds. So we are one of 2 market regulators in the U.S. financial system. We are adequately equipped to oversee the markets that we traditionally oversee.
Yep. What makes you think you're adequately equipped to deal with this market?
Finishing that statement, we are adequately equipped to oversee the markets we are mandated to oversee. But if we were to be given authority over crypto markets, I would certainly expect there to be an increase in a budget.
Let me ask you, Chairman Gensler, do you have, having lived the life of chairman of the CFTC, do you think that agency is capable of handling the responsibilities we're talking about?
I'm going to be conditional. I think it depends on what they're given. I think that the Congress's wisdom was to have an agency to oversee disclosure-based markets where issuers are asking the public to buy and sell their securities and are investing in those. And most of the crypto market is that. There's 15 to 20,000 of these tokens, and without prejudging any one of them, most investors expecting to benefit from the efforts of others. That disclosure-based regime has not been set up at the CFTC. The CFTC I love. It's a great agency, but it was set up to do the derivatives. There's not disclosure, for instance, mandated, required, nor has Congress suggested on corn, wheat, oil, or interest rates. So it's this disclosure-based regime that we have at the SEC, and I would say that largely the crypto field has been thumbing its nose at it and been non-compliant.
And the differences are not a significant difference when it comes to the investigative resources and mission of the SEC as opposed to the CFTC?
I think having had the honor to chair both, I mean, they're both great agencies. We do have about, I don't know, maybe 9 times the staff or so, roughly. So we've got a greater remit. And also our standards and rules around exchanges and protecting the public that there's not as many conflicts. You know, the New York Stock Exchange can't trade against their customers and run a hedge fund on the side, as sometimes happens in this crypto field, for instance. And so the New York Stock Exchange can't actually also run a hedge fund and trade against their customers or make markets ahead of their customers. But in the crypto field, that's what's happening on a lot of exchanges. That they're commingling all these functions. They're taking the customer's assets, so they're taking custody. They're often then using those assets and trading against them. I mean, it was very public what happened in FTX, but that is not unique. It's happened in multiple places, that there's this commingling. The intermediaries are really presenting themselves as exchanges, but they're doing an awful lot of other things to put their interest ahead of their customers.
So they're telling their customers, go long. They're telling their internal investors, go short.
They may be, depending upon the company, depending upon the day. They may also be buying into the tokens and then listing them. And when you list a token, you get a pop in the value of the token. And so that's good for the intermediary in the middle as well.
Seems it's like a chia pet. It looks like a good idea for a gift until you buy it.
It's really, this is a field that's not serving the public well right now.
Mr. Chairman, I yield.